Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and do a review of the Juzear Harrier and to go from there. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the notes on the screen. So these are the notes of the review. And then what I'm going to do is talk about something else entirely different, which is basically letting you know what does this actually sound like and to map it on a graph. On the Rictograph and to go from there. Please note that the notes on the screen are not going to be discussed in the video, but you should definitely check it out because it's very different. But I'm just doing this to save you time and save me time because what I want to do is just focus more on mapping how this sounds. So you'll know exactly how this sounds when this is over. Okay, so let's go ahead and map out the Rictograph and bring it out. So this is basically I'm gonna try to let you know what I think it sounds like, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so this right here on the left we're just gonna do general, like basically the columns get gradually warmer and warmer and then kind of go from there, right? So this is the SoundNote 0 original. This is the Theo Audio Legacy 2. That's the Juzear Hexa. Like basically I consider like more neutral bright. So I'm gonna put it in here, but neutral bright, I'm just gonna throw it here, right? This is the Moondrop Blessing 3. This is the SoundNotes, this is the 7 Hz Sonus. This is the Moondrop Blessing 2. This is the Chew 2. And then this is basically, so this is, and then this is the the Tantrum Origin. So this is, it's not here, right? It's not a bright IEM. And then we're going to go one step warmer than that. So I would say the Tantrum Fola is a little bit warmer than that. I would say the Studio 4 is slightly warmer. The Orchestra Lite is a little bit warmer. It's not here either. So it's definitely more here, which is more warm. And so now we've got the Juzear Pure, then we've got the Zigot Lush, then we've got the RSV Mark 1, then we've got Dusk, and then we've got the Mega 5 EST. So it's not as warm as this. It's more actually, if I had to actually explain it, it's more like the Zigot Lush, but like where the highs are dipped down. And actually when I looked at the graphs, they were pretty similar. It was pretty similar to the Zigot Lush, but when it came to the highs, it's a little bit dipped down. So at least on that front, that's what it sounds like. Okay, now let's talk about, just to confirm that this definitely isn't a V-shaped IEM and it's not any of those. Let's go over some V-shaped IEMs and then we'll go over some, I would say, balanced IEMs to get a sense of like where it stands, right? So this is the Tongzu 1 or 2. So this is warmer. And this has much more, I would say, natural vocals. This sounds to me a little bit more synthetic. This is the Defiant. I always factor in the Defiant factor. And this review, or this IEM, I cannot say the Defiant sounds better. They're very different in the way they sound. The Kuntin is like kind of like in my opinion, like a worse version of the Defiant, but they're kind of like similar. Basically the G-Tau, whatever, these both are pretty similar. This is closer in warmth to this. It's closer. This is slightly brighter, but this is, I would say, pretty close actually in warmth. This is the Juzear Nova. So the Juzear Nova gets really spicy and sharp. By comparison, this feels like it's blunted. This is the Chopin. Now, to me, my ears, I know this is very subjective thing, but to me, this sounds can be pretty brittle and bright, and this is much more smoother by comparison. This is the Theo Audio Hype 4 Mark 1. This is an IEM where I felt like it makes a really great first impression. Like you're just wow. Like it's like eating ribeye steak. But you're eating ribeye steak like every day. So day 1, it's like wow, that's delicious. Day 2 is like wow, that's great. And after in day 5, you're like oh god, that's what it sounds like. This doesn't have that factor. This is much more, I would say, laid back compared to the Hype 4 Mark 1. Okay, so now let's go over more, I would say, more balanced IEMs that I didn't know where to put. So, but basically, it's Performer 5 plus 2. This is warmer than the Performer 5 plus 2. This is warmer than the Cadenza 4. And this is warmer than the Astrals. This is... Now, when it comes to the Daybreak, I felt like it's a toss-up. I don't know. I just kind of like... But I feel like this is a little bit warmer. And then, obviously, it is brighter than the I forgot what this is called, but this is called the something Centos Pro, but it's warmer than that. So this is definitely, like I said, it's kind of like a Zigot Lush, where it's kind of where the highs are dipped down a little bit low. But yeah, you guys have a great day.